We are.
Okay, so this is Senate Appropriations and we're meeting just to kind of organize ourselves relative to amendments to the budget. Now, we're going to be offering amendments. We have a couple of things that we've identified that would need to be done anyway. And I don't know whether we'll have amendments before third reading from anyone outside the committee. But we probably should schedule a time just in case. And I was thinking maybe 11:30
Tomorrow
morning.
meeting.
Tomorrow's Friday.
No,
Thursday.
So I've got witnesses scheduled tomorrow.
I've got a meeting over lunchtime, so we're on the floor at 1.
1:30.
I can meet at 12, can't be.
Yeah, and
Shall we meet at 1:15?
it's okay with me.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, meet at 1:15. Emily, can you identify, first of all, we wanted to have some further discussion around what we put on the contingent list. And I had mentioned that Friday we put on the 350 for the loan loss reserve. But really in looking at the way, if we want to provide some more relief to businesses, what that does is it would be a loan loss reserve on loans to businesses. But if the business met certain conditions, the loan would be forgiven. So in essence, that becomes a tax expenditure and therefore we'd have to adjust it on the revenue side. So it seemed easier and more straightforward if we got rid of the 350 and simply said we would do like a continuation of VGAP and put 5 million toward helping businesses that have significant impact and loss. And so that was one thing that we had talked about. I've discussed that with Senator Hinsdale, and she felt that was much more straightforward. It deals with having to adjust revenue for potential foregone because of the loan forgiveness. And then a couple others you've got, Emily, that you wanted to bring to our attention.
Oh, that were recommended, to add to the contingent list.
So
So
no, but other amendments than
the
that.
other amendments, not, yeah. What do you, Grady's got most of them. There's one that will need to change. We figured out, I can't remember the number. There's a bill, a pharmacy benefit manager bill,
Oh, yeah.
That's 98.
No,
Oh,
that's a-
PBM, 233.
PBM,
And
233.
so we need to accommodate on our one time, not on our one time,
On the
our
base.
base. The positions that are there. So that was the other amendment is to, has that bill come out of your committee, Jenny?
It's here.
It's here. Okay.
Should be here.
Is it here?
233.
Page 233.
Yeah, we passed it out.
We don't have.
It hasn't been referred here?
Did it in
Oh, is it in finance?
finance?
It's fine.
Could be in finance.
So that bill currently has, and it should have been done, it should have been corrected in the House, but we missed it in the House because it's 3 positions at the Department of Financial Regulation.
Right.
But those 3 positions will be funded through the Insurance and Supervisory Special Fund,
That's
which
right.
Yeah.
gets direct transferred back to the general fund. So if those 3 new positions will be created, it will spend from that fund, and then we have to reduce the amount of money that will come to the general fund
Under the direct app.
under the direct app. So that's, we'll reflect that in the bill, even like I haven't gotten that bill yet, if you want us to.
Well, I thought we should do that.
So the finance has to send it out, it has to come over here.
But we can account for it in the budget
I wonder,
now.
Yes.
it's already been referred over there.
Yeah.
Okay. I could ask Anne, is she gonna take it off this afternoon? I don't know. It would be good if she could just spin it out and then,
She's not meeting. I
oh, I guess she won't spin it out. Well, I think probably that's something that, so,
And it can be held open for conference.
yeah, all right, we can put a placeholder in and stuff.
So we'll amend, we're gonna reduce that direct app
Yeah,
number
by that amount.
by that $405,000. All right, Grady's got Grady might be the best person to walk through the rest of them, because they're
Okay.
they're like language, technical stuff.
language on your phone.
I just can't remember what they are anymore.
Brady's
I figured
in
out where I am.
Creating next in joint fiscal office. So the next potential amendment for the committee would be to strike a grants administrator position to or in the Department of Health that was erroneously maintained in the
Oh,
bill.
we do need to strike
Yeah.
it because we did fund it.
The next proposed amendment would be to strike out section E 300.4 in its entirety. This came from Ledge Council. That section deals with case managers
Oh, it's been here
ensuring
twice.
housing. It's also in section E through 21, so the recommendation is just to strike that in amendment
So
section.
we don't have it twice. Okay. We
Um,
could leave it because we really need it.
the next proposed amendment would be in section E 321, general assistance section. So currently, one of the qualifiers is individuals under 19 years of age. The amendment would make it to be 19 years of age or under, so that 19-year-olds could be included.
Okay, and that was something requested by,
The Agency of Human
to make
Services.
it clear. Okay.
So,
19 or under.
it's under 19 and under.
19 and under, so that 19-year-olds aren't mistakenly excluded from that group.
I thought you were an adult when you were 8.
I believe that the current estimate for the cost of the program carried the assumption that 19-year-olds would be eligible.
Okay.
The next instance of amendment or
And maybe
potential,
what we're wanting to do for hospital homeless students would fit that population as well.
the next potential amendment would be to section E 602.1. So the committee adds $1.5 million to VSC so that the deficit reduction target for this fiscal year, next fiscal year, is 3.5 million rather than the original 5. So the
3
corresponding.
million, 1,000,005 and 1,000,005 for total.
Yes, so in the language, it's reflected that for the next 2 years, the deficit reduction is 3.5 million rather than 5 million.
But there was a question that Rebecca Rowan.
Yes, so this amendment would make that grand total number, the target of 25 million, 22 million
Right.
instead.
Okay, all right, that's what we thought.
Good catch.
So those are all of the amendments that JFO has on its radar for the committee's awareness, if you'd like to continue.
Yeah, the other thing that we wanted to talk about, we don't have to make any decisions today, but that is contingent appropriations. I said we're gonna have to go in and alter the 350. Based on what we know, we think that in fact, there might be a bit more money. And so one thought is we had taken that 3.9 million for the Medicaid pilot project for a hospital global payment, and if the money's there, use that, so we replace that reserve. And then there would be, what I was talking about is that 5 million for BGAP too. And then the other area that I'd like to put out there is this year, the T-bill used all the 25 million reserve that we had for the IIJ match. And so I'd like to put that on the list so that we've got the match to draw down those transportation related funds. And that would be 12.5. So I think that would get us,
Would they add in below?
yes.
I see.
Below everything else.
Yes, I'm not proposing altering, I'm just saying, those are
Additional.
additional things that we could add as well.
The 12.5 would double.
Yeah, the 12.5 would more than that because it's usually 80%, 80 and 90% federal match. So it's really important to draw down the federal dollars. Okay, and then I think that probably
Get it to me.
gets us to where we need to be.
Oh,
When we add the 5 and the 12.5, or we point out. Okay, so we'll have that amendment tomorrow to look at.
I could have it ready for the committee in about 5 minutes.
Well, we might have something else before now, so why don't you have it ready, as long as the committee, based on what our discussion, I think we're all in agreement. And if you could just have it ready tomorrow morning, that just can take a look at it.
When you said tomorrow meeting, you said 12:45 when we're meeting, or we're meeting in the?
I'd like to meet a little earlier for us to do our own amendment, but I know Senator Sears, you're in your committee.
Yeah.
And,
Could meet before.
well, or we could make it available and then we can do it as part of our, reading by and move it out pretty quickly.
Well, we can meet at 8:30.
I have LCAR from 8 to 9.
Oh, God.
And the committee from 9 until 12.
Okay, I'm not, Lois, we will make copies, drafts available for you to look, before, and then, unless, and if you've got an issue, come back and let one of us know, let Hannah know. And then we'll see if you see something that needs to be changed, or, there's some issue that you've got with it, so that we can pretty much move it out, officially when we meet at 12:45. Okay, thank you, Grady, and, with that, I